February 10, 2023, not safe for work news update. First there was the chickens that turned into crispy critters. Then there was sausage that was recalled. Now 2.5 million pounds of meat, I believe it was canned meat, had a faulty canning incident. The way they prepared the meat, and they recalled it. When it happens one time or two times, it's a conspiracy, that the chickens and the sausage. But the third time, that pretty much turns it into evidence. They're doing the shit on purpose to control us. Because if we can't go out and buy our own food, what are we going to do? We're going to depend on the government to supply it for us. There has been some recent developments on the China balloon. Everyone was saying, why would China send a balloon to spy on us? Couldn't they have just used their satellites? Yes and no. The balloon they discovered had a bunch of antennas on it, which allowed the balloon that was floating 60,000 feet over the land to just pull a massive amount of data. Where were they pulling it from? Well, all those military sites that it floated over your phones, yeah, they're probably pulling your stuff from TikTok and stuff like that, but they're also able to pull stuff from that balloon. And it wasn't just us. There was balloons spotted all over. China has been sending these out to gather data on their enemies.
Joining me now, Senator Tom Cotton, who sits on the Senate Intelligence Committee, also the author of Only the Strong. Senator, welcome back to Fox News Sunday.
Thank you, Shannon. It's good to be back with you.
Okay, so you're on the Senate Intel Committee. Maybe you can help us out a little bit more with this timeline. General Keane, familiar to our viewers, says it's his belief that we knew about this when it left mainland China. We would have a way to track it over the Pacific. He's questioning why we didn't take it out then. Here's what Bloomberg said about why we didn't know more about it after it entered U.S. airspace January 28th. It says, with such a high-profile trip at stake, meaning the Secretary of State going, keeping it on the down low was key. The White House opted not to inform the American public. Events, however, soon forced Biden's hand. As Lucas has reported, and folks I've talked to in the Pentagon as well say, there are these balloons that have gone over before. So at what point do you have to tell the American public or not?
Well, Shannon, what began as a spy balloon has become a trial balloon, testing President Biden's strength and resolve, and unfortunately, the president failed that test, and that's dangerous for the American people. The president was paralyzed for an entire week by a balloon. We should have shot this balloon down over the Aleutian Islands. We should never have allowed it to transit the entire continental United States. And I think there's a lot of open questions that the administration needs to answer to Congress on behalf of the American people about why they didn't. I think part of it is the president's reluctance to take any action that would be viewed as provocative or confrontational towards the Chinese communists. I would say what's provocative and confrontational is sending a spy balloon all across America. But second, I do believe the administration wanted to salvage the Secretary of State's trip on Friday night, and they got through Thursday afternoon. Thankfully, civilians in Montana and the Billings Gazette identified this balloon and blew the whistle on it, and finally the administration fessed up to the American people. It took another 12 hours before the Secretary of State canceled what was already an ill-advised trip. So I think there's a lot of answers for the administration to provide the American people.
So between the whole Russia-Ukraine thing and the China invasion of Taiwan, which is probably what's going to kick it off, shit's getting serious, guys. The assumption was we would be at war with China by 2025. However, from everything that I've been able to find thus far, everyone believes it's going to be 6 months to a year. 6 months to a year. If you don't have food stored, if you don't have water stored, and if you don't have ammo stored, now's the time to get on it. Remember, guys, don't be a statistic. Get your shit together. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.